Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Corner. And today we're going to talk about all the awkward moments that I had in my whole short life when I was learning English. So I hope that will give you a little bit of confidence when it comes to speaking English. And I also hope you like it. But if you don't, well, too bad for you, because I'm still going to go ahead and talk about it. He said, well, I had it enough. I'm just going to leave you here. Okay, anyway, so you still got me. Not too bad. The reason I want to talk about this topic, or it's not even a topic, it's just my learning story, is I want to give you confidence. I think confidence is very important, especially when it comes to using another language. So when you have the confidence, then all of a sudden all the problems are not problems anymore, and mistakes are not that important anymore. So that's why I hope this will be a little bit inspiring for you. And let's get started. So when I started learning English, it's to be quite honest, it's full of downs and downs, apps. I occasionally maybe, but seriously all downs. So I I had a job before I came to Canada. I was working at a like study abroad agency kind of thing, like it's called a study abroad center. So basically, I was doing all the paperwork for students who wanted to apply for uh, universities in another countries. So I was doing translation. I was contacting schools, and what I hate the most was calling the schools because sometimes they just didn't respond to your emails. So what are you gonna do? You gotta call them, right? And then my English was so bad that when I called an Australian university, and then the registrar said, "Hi, how are you?" with a very strong Australian accent, and then my first reaction was like, "Fine, thank you." And you? I actually before that I actually laughed at the people who said that, but now it was me. It was like a built-in default. I just could not help. So I said that to the person I could hear. She was giggling there, and I felt even more awkward because I know I made a very common Chinese mistake. Anyway, and then she was asking me about my student's date of birth, but because when at least when I learned English, it was all like a very standard pronunciation or accent. So I've never had anyone who speak with the Australian accent. That was really new to me, brand new. So when she said something like a date of birth or something like that, I just could not figure out what she was saying. She was asking, I'm like, what and why? And I said, "Can you say that again? Can you say that again?" Da, 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 da. I said many times and I still couldn't get it. And then finally she kind of gave up and she just asked, "Well, were you born?" I was like, okay, this is a year. But it wasn't bad. It's just because my personality. I don't like making mistakes. I'm sure some of you are the same too, especially when you are doing that in public or in front of other people. So you always want to be kind of perfect, right? So after that, I was really practicing my listening. A lot, but then I had to do a lot of phone calls with those universities. My speaking wasn't at that level to actually make me communicate with them. So I was doing listening first. So you got to understand them first, right? A lot of listenings. I was just listening to. I think back then it was BBC Learning English. They have they had a series of short conversations, like one guy and one girl, they're talking about daily stuff in a very slow, not very slow, it's like a relatively slow speed, very simple, 3 to 5 minutes. I listened to one conversation for like 2 to 3 weeks. I only listened to that one conversation for a few weeks, and until I actually could memorize the whole conversation, then I move on to the second one. After that, I actually really felt a lot of improvement there. So that helped me a lot. At least I know my problem could be fixed. It's better than like I can never fix the problem, right? So then back then I was preparing for the tests for master programs, right, in China. I failed. I failed dramatically. I would just say that it was terrible. I failed two times, three times. It really destroyed my confidence. I felt like maybe I wasn't capable, maybe I wasn't good enough to do a master or something like that. Well, I lost confidence. Tell me about it. And then somehow this opportunity came up. That's why I said to many of my friends, never give up, because you never know what's waiting for you in front of you in the future, and you get what you need and you get what you're hoping for. And maybe that's the one for you, right? That's why you fail here, and then because there's another opportunity that is right for you and waiting for you. So anyway, so I failed that, and then I went to take IELTS test twice in China. I failed. I think I got 6 and 6.5. I just lost all the confidence in English. I thought I was good. By the way, I studied English education. That was my major, and I failed epically. So go for me. Anyway, so I applied for Western University, my university here. They said no. And not only they said no 3 times. And then I started my ESL learning when I came to Canada because, nothing I could do. So I really had to admit that my English wasn't that good. So I started my ESL here. And first a few weeks, I was like, are you guys even speaking English? That's totally different English from what I've learned. Okay. I don't understand you. I don't know what to say, and stop asking me questions. In class, when the teachers ask questions, I always had the moment that I need to translate their questions in Chinese and understand the question, and then find the answers to the questions, and then translate my answers to English, and then get myself ready to speak with no mistakes. Quite a process, right? So, well, as you probably can guess, I never got my answers out because it was too slow and they already moved on to the next one. Yeah. Well, that's in class, but I think I was very lucky because when I came to Canada, there were not many Chinese people in my class. I think I was the only one. And then I had one classmate, his Mandarin wasn't good. He could only speak Cantonese, and tried to speak Mandarin with me. I was like, I'd rather you speak English with me because I really can't understand you. Anyway, I love him. We still sometimes chat. So that really pushed me a lot about learning another language or speaking English. But after school, it's a totally whole different situation. Right? At school, you will think you understand everything. You can talk, you can chat with your friends, But the thing is, once you are outside, you're in real life. Nah, it almost sounds like they're not speaking English. So I went to KFC because that's the only thing I could think of that'd be easier for me to order things because at least I know KFC. So I got to KFC and I saw the menu on the wall there, and I said I want number 2 because I just didn't know what the name was. I said I want number 2, and they were like, sure. You want combo or just sandwich? In a very fast speed, okay, combo and a sandwich. And I was like, what? And yeah, well, okay, which one would you like? So I would ask the question back to him. I said, which one would you like? And then he was like, oh, what's wrong with you? I would like combo because it would save money and you get drinks and fries. And then I understand, combo is the whole meal with other things. Only sandwich is you only get the sandwich. Okay. Problem number 1 solved. Problem number 2 is they ask you crispy or grill. What? Huh? He asked me so many times, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but which one would you like to order? And he looked at me like, this person totally has something going on. Yeah, right. So he said, oh, I like crispy. He says, oh, yeah, I'll take crispy. then it turned out crispy is a fried chicken with a batter, right? So it's crunchy outside, it's crispy. Grilled is like you put the patties on or chicken or beef on barbecue kind of thing, grill, right? So you have that kind. So at least I got something I wanted. It wasn't too bad, but that was my first experience of ordering food in a restaurant. After that, I came back home. I downloaded all the KFC menus and McDonald's and what else? Subway. Yeah. So I studied their menus. I don't like make mistakes. I still don't like making mistakes now. Back then, even more, I just wanted to get everything straight, and so I did not. Then I wouldn't embarrass myself, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So I studied. Da, 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 da. The problem is, it doesn't matter how much you study. You're still gonna be like, you ask a totally different question that is totally out of my knowledge. How am I supposed to answer you? So you have that a lot. I still have that kind of moments a lot. And then I went to Subway. I said, well, how difficult would that be? And of course it is, pretty difficult. So because you have all the items in front of you, so all you could see is this, and they don't have labels. It's not like you can read labels and tell them I want spinach or bell pepper or something like that. Because you have to say bell pepper or chili pepper. How am I supposed to know, right? So I said this, and they were like, okay, which one? Was it this one? This one is which one? Just right here. This one, 1, 2, 3, number 3, right? Okay, so we got that item right, and then you got another question. What sauce do you want? And I'm like, so I was trying to figure out the sauce. They have labels on the sauce, but I wear glasses and I really can't see much or see clearly. So I was trying to figure out, oh, I know that barbecue sauce. And they'll ask you, how much would you like? Why do you have so many questions? So anyway, my way to learn how to order food at Subway was a little bit creepy back then because I was trying to hear what other people say there, right? So I would stand way back and get really close to the person in front of me. And when they order, I would just listen to them what items they would say. And I would really like spinach. And when it's my turn, I was like, spinach. Because I need to get the word out as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'll just forget how to say it. So that's how I learned at Subway. And then another thing is Starbucks. I had never had Starbucks before I came to Canada. Zero experience about coffee. So I didn't know what was going on there. So my friend took me to Starbucks and then ordered coffee. And I was like, I have no idea what to order and what they would taste like. And then she said, I like black coffee. I said, sure. And then I learned, okay, black coffee, simple. So I went to Starbucks. I said, I want black coffee. And they said, what kind? Nobody told me there are many kinds of black coffee. So I'm like, well, what kind would you like to order? So that's my favorite question to ask. So what kind would you like to order? Or what is your recommendation? Something like that. So they always look at me like something wrong with me. Well, at least as long as I can get my order. So I don't care what you think. And plus, if I leave and you will never remember me, so who cares? So I did that, and then she gave me something. I didn't catch it, and then she asked me another question, something like, "Do you need a room?" Yeah, I'll sit there. Yeah. And then he gave me a look, but I didn't figure that out until later. So let me explain to you. Black coffee, there's Americano and black coffee. And black coffee, there's blonde, medium roast, and dark roast. How am I supposed to know? What?